Silvia Gregoria Gómez Martínez.
Adriana Mercedes Granado Posada.
Erika Patricia Llanes Gómez.
Miguel Stephanie Menco Gómez.
Trini Tatiana Julio Rivadeneira.
Clara Beatriz Ramírez González.
Evelyn María González Vázquez.
Elisena Terán. Betty María Rodríguez Mejía.
Albert Yusepa Díaz Ramírez.
Yuselfi Carolina Vargas Bravo.
Sobeida Martínez Aguilar.
Cristina María Bermúdez Castro.
Luz Estela Carmona Lagos.
Yurneli Josefina Velázquez Barrio.
Y nosotros somos Magdalena.
Va subiendo la corriente.
My name is Elisena del Carmen Terán Padilla. I'm 36 years old. I was born in Sincelejo, Sucre. When I was 8, my grandmother took me to Sincelejo, so I moved in with my godmother. She put me through school and I was able to finish high school. When I was 22, I moved to Barranquilla and I thought to myself, I moved there so I can work and get my own stuff. Because let me tell you, my childhood was very hard because I had to work and go to school as well. Then I met my partner, and when I got pregnant with Samuel, I told his dad, and he told me, well, girl, no more work for you. You need to come live with me in Santa Marta. And ever since, that was in 2009, I moved over to Santa Marta. The features of our neighborhood are that is very pleasant. People are friendly, we share, help others. When you ask for cooperation, everyone delivers. The water around is quite scarce. The drought is very tough. People here wake up really early, 2, 3 a.m. or even stay up all night to fetch water because water is very hard to get here. You have to go to the park to get water when it's scarce because it doesn't make it to the house. And here you can only get water with a water pump. So back in the country at home, my daddy has one of these trees in the backyard and we used to call it cocuelo and used to play with it. So I took my husband to visit with me and told my dad, Daddy, guess what? They make oil with this thing back where I live. And he said, are you kidding me? And I said, I'm telling you, just wait, I'll introduce you to Moses. And so I introduced him. Daddy, this is my spouse Moses, and well, my dad's name is also Moses, and they hit it off good. So they started talking, and my husband told him, Dad, you're missing out big here. We work with this thing back home. See, when I met Moses, he had been working with this knot for like 10 years. He already had a group of knot gathering women, so I figured I'm going to give it a try. I'm also going to help, just as they do. I'll do too. So harvest came about and he taught me, he said, so this is how you do it, baby. And so I took my little hammer, my rock, and started striking knots. I found it super easy. Now at first you do hurt yourself, and I got a cut here and a cut there in my fingers, and at that time Moses had like 30 people working with him. Today we're like 50 people and change. Plus all the people left out because there aren't as many nuts as people willing to work with them. Well, it was a rather drastic change because in the past we didn't get any kind of training. You'd never see anyone like Mr. Manuel or anybody who'd be there to guide us and tell us how to do these things. So it was like cutting the nuts and sending them out. But since 2018 and so far, up until this moment, it's been a wonderful change because all this training has been very useful for all of us to move on. So our purpose in life is not to get stuck here. So it's not about the nuts and what if there are no more. And I mean, if you save money from the little earnings you made from this, because I like saving. I am a person who likes saving my money. But not everybody is like that. So they wonder, oh no, now I don't have a job. What am I going to do? So that's what I'm saying, that now we do have new training programs that are guiding us. So we must appreciate all those things that are of great benefit and value right now for all of us. Well, the process has been a bit hard because I'm quite a demanding person. I'm strict. I want things to be clean, organized. So, for example, let's say I get 20 bags with nuts and let's say I have 40 people. I will have those bags for all of us to cut. So I'll tell them, okay, half of it here, half of it there. And that's why they decided, well, Ellie has to be the group leader because she knows how to divide the nuts for all of us. And ever since, I became the nuts leader. We're talking about 40 women and even more. And it's like I told you, even more. Because besides those 40, 10 more or 20 more could come looking for work. And that's when I have to tell them, I can't give you any more. I can't hand you any more nuts. So they feel a bit upset. And I wish I could give them something so we could all work with this cutting. Because that's how we are here. We all help each other with this. Those nuts are a benefit here during those 6 or 7 months because they don't have a husband. They have nobody to help them. They're on their own. And it's really not just telling you about it, but living with it. It's about the needs they have, the needs we all have. I also have to work to help my spouse, and they have to feed their grandkids, because many of them had their daughters leave their children to grandma's care. So they are the ones taking care of food, uniforms, school supplies, shoes, and that's just for public education because they could never afford private schools. They don't have the income for that. So right now, people really want to do this. Schools are about to begin. So they keep asking, when do we start? See, this is gold. This is gold right now. I think the kit you're going to give us is actually very cool because in the past, I wish I had the old cutting tools with me so you could see. Like I, for instance, had a rock and we had like a piece of wall like this size that we put on top of a bucket so we could use it like this. But yesterday we had a meeting where they showed us the kit they're going to give us. So we'll have a little table, an apron, a face mask, a headgear, a cap, gloves, a hammer, the buckets, and we didn't have any of that. You had to use whatever you had at home. So I think that kit they're going to give us is really cool because it is a working tool for a job we never thought we'd have. And that's why I'm telling you, I think Protecnica is really good. You have to help yourself. The training is helping you. It's a benefit. If you want to work, you know you had training on food handling. You have your certificate now. And that is a help, because if they gave you the kit, then you know you had to work neatly. See, if I'm cutting onions here, I can't throw the onions where I'm working. It's a matter of hygiene. That's what we got the food handling training for, which is an experience we have to practice with, even at home. It's like I was telling them last night. When you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands. So even if you're wearing gloves, you still have to keep your hands clean, your nails clean. It's similar to when you're handling meat to when you're working with the nuts. It's the same thing, because you're the one who has to make sure that things work out nice and clean. Good morning, and first of all, I want to thank Mr. Manuel and all his team for this certification we received today. This is a very nice experience with all this team. I'm really grateful. This certification is very useful for us to keep up in life, to find a job, to seek further development, or if someone needs to open a new business. So doing this SENA certification has been really wonderful. I am very happy for all this process. These last 2 years have been awesome. We've learned a lot with the instructors. Something we've learned, and I know every day is a new learning, but with the instructors we learned a lot more, like how to express ourselves, how to formulate a question, how to solve a situation regarding a problem or a business, or whatever we may be about to face. Particularly to listen to every idea said by every one of us. Every little thing may help all of us to know what to do for our neighborhood, to find benefit in our project. And not so much the neighborhood as for all of us working with the project, with the fermentation to make it, to feel that we can make it.
Grisel va a ser la presidente protemporal de nuestra asociación de mujeres cabeza de hogar, ¿sí? De nuestro proceso de inicio a la constitución de la misma y arranque de la asociación. Entonces, de manera protocolaria, hacemos entrega de un equipo como este nuevo, de parte de Protecnica ING, Colombia más competitiva e INNPulsa. Entonces, básicamente para la foto.
As a president, I will stay focused. And as a leader to manage our association, let's say the first milestone we want to develop as association, and as women to plan our own trainings or our own minds toward the project we have before us.
Lo más importante que nosotros hemos visto como desafío en este proyecto Magdalena River Not ha sido el poder llegar a la comunidad de una manera abierta y franca, poder conectarnos con las personas y lograr que las personas se conecten con nuestro proyecto. Personalmente ha sido un desafío bastante grande el poder relacionarnos con todas aquellas personas, teniendo en cuenta que hay personas de diferentes zonas y de diferentes regiones del Caribe colombiano. Ha sido el más maravilloso de los desafíos y me siento muy orgulloso de poder haber completado esta tarea.
El proyecto de Magdalena River Nuts es ver a las mujeres que trabajan en el proyecto, cómo van creciendo día a día en conocimiento, en querer ser emprendedoras, en querer cambiar sus condiciones de vida, y han encontrado en la olla de mono y en este proyecto una posibilidad de hacerlo.